I decided to complete my cultural plunge by attending a Dia de los Muertos celebration. The festival lasted from October 31st, 2018 to November 2nd, 2018. The festival was held in Sayulita in Nayarit, Mexico. The multi-day festival included cultural performances each night, and the main event was the candlelight procession from the town square to the cemetery. I chose this experience because I have always wanted to observe a Day of the Dead celebration, since I first learned about the event in my 7th grade Spanish class. I have always feared death and having family members pass away, so I also thought it might be a good way for me to experience a culture that confronts death differently than I am used to in the United States. I was nervous to attend the event, but hoped that I would walk away with a new view on how to celebrate loved ones who have passed away. I know that I will have students who celebrate Dia de los Muertos, so I want to better understand the event in Mexican culture. Prior to attending Dia de los Muertos, I had learned about the event in high school. I knew that families and friends would make altars for the deceased and decorate them with their favorite foods. I thought that attending a Dia de los Muertos festival in a foreign town would be a little awkward since I did not have any family in the cemetery. I thought that the entire town would be dressed for the holiday, and I questioned if they would dislike an American coming to observe their traditions. The Emic perspective is one of remembrance for loved ones with a mix of celebration and mourning. I saw this as large families gathered for the procession and spent hours together in the cemetery. Before the event, I was looking forward to experiencing Dia de los Muertos, but I was anxious because I get uncomfortable in new social situations. I was also hesitant to join the procession to the cemetery because I am used to family trips to cemeteries being private, somber occasions. In fact, I was debating whether I would walk to the cemetery at all. During the event, I felt energetic and happy. The bright colors, loud music, bold makeup, and friendliness were contagious in the town plaza. I decided to join the procession to the cemetery, led by a mariachi band and torches. A local woman was handing out candles to everyone, which made me feel included in the celebration. After the experience, I was grateful that I was able to experience such a colorful, happy celebration. I believe that others in this setting saw me as an outsider because they assumed that they should speak to me in English rather than Spanish. I appreciated when people tried to speak to me in Spanish, although we were more successful communicating in English due to my rusty Spanish. The neurodevelopmental constructs activated during the cultural plunge were language and memory as I tried to communicate verbally and non-verbally and attempted to recall Spanish that I had learned over 10 years ago. Social cognition was also activated as I tried to approach the experience in a way that respected the culture that I was immersed in. From this cultural plunge, I learned that I should be more open to experiencing different cultures. I also learned that if you are respectful and curious, that many people like to share their customs and traditions with you. As a teacher, I will ask my students to share about their holidays and customs. This will show them that I respect their culture and am interested in them as an individual. I also learned that entering a setting that you are not familiar with can be anxiety-provoking. As an educator, I need to remember that there are students and parents who do not see themselves as insiders in the school community. I will need to be as welcoming as people were to me when I was at the Dia de los Muertos celebration. I also experienced that it can be uncomfortable when you do not speak the same language as most of the people around you. As a teacher, I need to be cognizant of families who do not speak fluent English. There are steps I can take to make these parents feel welcome, such as having a translator available for their parent-teacher conference.